Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes, and let's not forget those dudettes out there. I am Wayward,
And I'm Soundwave.
and we are coming to you from the fine location, yes, I did steal that from Lag TV, Canberra. And what do we have here? We've got a Zerg player and a Terran player.
And their names are Diipukun and Story. Story is going to be spawning in the bottom right. And in the top left we will have the fine Zerg Diipukun. I am a Zerg myself.
Alright, so Soundwave, tell us what influence the map has. We're on Belzar Beach, if I remember correctly.
Belshir Beach.
Belshir Beach, sorry, don't want those keyboard warriors to come after me and try to gank my ass.
Well, Belshir Beach is, when it first came out, it was considered a very good map for Zerg, very high Zerg win rates on this map, but since then it's settled down quite considerably, obviously, as more people have played on it since then. Now, it's a pretty popular map. ZVT, there's nothing particularly special that goes on here.
So, who do you... if you had to choose who the map favours, who would you say it favours out of Zerg or Terran?
The better player, actually. This map, the rush distance isn't too short, so, no, like, 2-Rax isn't too strong here or anything like that, so it's a fairly neutral map.
Good to hear. Neutral maps are always good to watch. Now, we've got a scout coming up for Diipukun, who I've been following for quite some time, so he's about to reach Terran base, but we have a Terran SCV also scouting, just got to the natural of Diipukun, and he looks like he's engaging a drone. Let's just swap back there. Yes, that Story's SCV is being taken out. Will he go down?
Yeah, and it did deny the expansion, but not for too long. He would have been better served just by kind of dancing it around and delaying that expansion for even longer.
Alright, let's see what that drone's doing. So he's stolen some minerals, because obviously he's a bit of a dick. Now, he's taken the minerals and he's just running around, you see? He's locked in, so he can't go getting out. Now, as a Zerg player as well, the thing that really annoys me at this point is when you've got the drone attacking SCV. Sorry, not as a Zerg player, but when I play Terran, having just that drone going to attack the SCV's building stuff really frustrates me, because there's nothing you can do about it. You have to pull miners off, and it's just a pain in the ass to deal with.
But obviously that's not possible at this point. Oh, nice gas steal there by Diipukun. Did you say it was Diipukun?
Let's just say, we'll just call him D, I think, for this game. Okay. D versus Story.
D. And now that Marine's going to start shooting the drone, so...
And the drone's gone, yeah. But decent damage. The drone had a 3-minute and 50-second life. Not too bad for a drone in the greater scheme of things. Most get turned into buildings by now. And he got to explore, he got to see the world, he got to see what Terran looked like. He didn't just spend his whole life in a mineral line. Exactly.
Most importantly, he did get to scout the gas, and that obviously means fairly standard stuff at the moment, so there's no command center first or anything like that from the Terran player. Now Diipukun's or D, as we agreed to call him, his expansion is up, and another barracks going down from Story.
Yes, as we can see from production tab, we've got 3 barracks now for Story, one of which is getting a tech lab, the other 2 just sitting neutral at the moment. Well, one's not even built yet, so that's fairly easy to do. A little bit of gas income for Story, so he's only got the 1 gas, but he's not doing too bad. He's collecting quite a bit, and we've got Story keeping his minerals in check. I haven't seen his minerals get above 100 for quite some time, whereas D's constantly are getting over.
But that's fine. You obviously need 100 minerals to produce Overlords, 150 for Queen's Baneling Nest going down for D, and Stim is also being researched from Story, so I think we're going to be seeing like a 3-Rax timing push that's going to be pretty heavily bio, but obviously Baneling's very good against bio, so...
but here we've got Marauders, the bane of Baneling, so to speak.
And, it depends how D is able to micro. Like, if those Banelings explode on Marauders, that's not going to be good. Scan by Story, that's pretty early for a scan. That probably would have been better served by being a mule. He didn't see anything out of the ordinary at all. Yeah, he just saw a Baneling Nest, which is something that every Zerg will be making against a Terran. So
you think at 6 minutes you should always go an OP mule rather than a scan?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't see much reason to scan, but the Story is moving out, as we can see on the mini-map.
Yep, let's just go... Oh, he looks like he's going for an all-in.
Bit by bit! Okay, I'm sorry, Artosis, I stole that from you. But, yeah, bringing a lot of SCVs along, so if D holds this off, is going to be quite an advantage.
So what do we have? Can you go through a units tab? Let's just see the units going this way.
And
that SCV should not last long at all, but it looks like it might be enough. More Zerglings coming out, but not going to be really
Marauders doing sick damage to the spine, and I think Story is actually going to win this. We see the 8 Zerglings are on the way, but Marines and Marauders is pretty effective. Oh, it depends how he micros against these
He's got these
Zerglings.
Marines on the ropes, slowly killing off those Marines. More Zerglings coming in, more being constructed. We've got 14 Zerglings being built, which will be more than enough to take this army out.
Nice micro by D, pulled that way back, he was just about to die.
Now, if you
And
look,
he holds it off.
compare that to what Story's got coming. Story's just strip feeding some more units in, which have all been seen by this one Zergling.
And he saw that his SCVs were scouting, and now he's going to try and send them back. But
What's the SCV count, Soundwave?
15 SCVs, so he's not like in a horrible position, but he's definitely in a
Oh, is that
bad
Queen
one.
going to get sniped? No, gets away 20 HP and those Marines go down.
Now that those Lings have speed, D has taken the map control.
So here we've got 25 supply to 42.
D just scouted that there is no command center, no expansion for Story, so he knows that Story is quite behind, because obviously D did go hatch first and did take his expansion early, and definitely is up on
Not a bad option, seeing the fast expand and trying to counter with the early all-in. Wasn't that all-in, he left some SCVs at home, but overall he lost a lot from that engagement.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. He killed a spine, and he didn't really kill much apart from that.
Oh, here we go, we've got another
Baneling
attack.
bust, and
No.
his Lings were blocking his Banelings from attacking the depot.
Baneling walk up, look at the walls run away. And here we have, they're going down, but no real Marines killed to the Banelings. Are they going to follow it up?
Yeah, I think he made too many Banelings there, because obviously you need to leave some Zerglings in your army. They can't all be Banelings there, so that was a mistake there by D.
Bit of a waste, but Story is unsupplied 29 to 51, so D is still increasing his lead wise, keep them pressure on with that Baneling bust.
Yeah, he killed 2 supply depots, and now Story's is supply blocked pretty heavily.
Let's just throw back down to see what's happening with D's base. We just got
Both gas.
both gas and saturated mineral line.
Getting
Second
up,
base
+1.
is saturated mineral line, but no gas.
+1 attack on the way.
+1 attack on the way. Starport coming for the Terran player Story. More Lings going in just to poke, it looks like. Stop that any expansions happening. Keeping it 2 bases to 1.
Yeah, now he's taking those additional 2 gases, and his expansion is also getting a lair coming up. And what Story is doing is, as you said, he's going for a starport. At this point he could try Banshees, I suppose, but I don't think that would really work at this point. Yeah, and as you can see, he's putting a reactor on that starport, so he's going to be going for medevacs. And oh, look at that.
Just got seen.
Yeah, beautiful by D there. Yeah, so, yeah, 2 medevacs on the way, so...
And we've got some more Lings going in, just making sure no expansions there. Now, if I was in Diipukun in this position, now I'm not pretending to be a pro, but I would probably be going for another expansion, trying to increase my already lead, or going for some attack to wipe them out. D doesn't look like he's doing either of those. He's not accelerating, he's not getting a massive army, he's not getting a massive economy.
There you go, there's the third going down from D.
Alright, they're going down from D, but still, at 11 minutes when he's had such a commanding lead, it seems like he should be further ahead than this.
I think he was just scared of any more attacks, even though with Banelings he would have been able to hold those off, because Story basically, I'm still on 17 SCVs, that's not much of an economy. 17 workers.
He does have these
51.
OP mules, look at him.
Yeah, mules are pretty good, but I'm not sure mules are going to be closing this gap. Infestation, oh look at all the upgrades. Infestation pit, burrow, bane speed.
But still, 400 minerals banked and going up.
Well,
Here we've got, is he going to,
supply blocked.
he's going for a drop, going to have a sick drop happening here perhaps?
Look at the path those medevacs are going to take. They're going to be seen by overlords. Very nice overlord spread by D.
He is covering his flanks, and if you look at his base, the Terran base, he is getting an observer going in, scouting, seeing what's happening.
Yep, he's going to see everything that's going on, and these medevacs, they're about to be seen. Yep, they just went right by an overlord, so...
The question is, has D noticed? You'd like to think D's noticed at this point, but...
Yep.
Here he's meant, funneling back, getting ready for it, so he's definitely seen this attack coming.
Yeah, Story, he hasn't expanded this. He's basically relying on this drop to win the game, and it's not going to. I'm sorry for spoiling the outcome, but this drop isn't going to do anything.
Dropping the mineral line, though, not a bad way to go about it, but those Balins just own.
Yeah, exactly. And now the medevac's going to be sniped by queens, possibly.
No, I think they're going to get away. They're going to go to the natural, but they're not going to be able to do much damage. They've lost a fair few Marines. They've got, what, 3 Marines and 2 Marauders left? That's not enough to win this fight.
Green Fest is on the way from Dean, but notably he didn't get the pathogen plants, the Infestor Energy upgrade before he made them, so that was a kind of silly mistake. You want to always get pathogen plants because then your infestors can instantly cast fungal growth as soon as they come out.
Now, when do you want to start building your infestors? At what point during the pathogen plans? Is it when you're halfway done, when you're 3/4 done? When do you want to get this?
I believe it's at like 50 seconds. It's around that time, but I think it's a bit earlier than that actually. But 50 seconds definitely make infestors if you haven't started making them already. And now Banshee on the way from Story.
Yeah, and look at that. We've got a changeling in the front line scouting the entire army of Story. D scouting's just been all over it this game. He's got the overlords placed around the map to stop drops. He's routinely sending things through the back door to scout to get that valuable intel. And now you've got a changeling hiding as a marine amongst a bunch of other marines at the front door.
There's an attack from D. Supply depots do go up, but yeah, look, he's just going to bust, and I'm pretty sure Story won't have enough to stop this. So
he doesn't have much for a 15-minute attack where you've had such a large lead though. It's very small. He's going for some middle list now.
And Hive Tech as well. But yeah, as you said, this attack could be game ending, but at the moment it seems like
it's a bit lackluster.
Yeah, you should have, like, that's a decent amount of Banes to have, you know, if you want to just do a little attack like this, but he needs a lot more Lings.
So here you can see Neo Parasite. I'm not sure that D knows what he's doing at this point. Like, he just seems to be trying to cover all his bases, a bit scared of making a silly mistake with a bad attack and losing it all. So he's just trying to increase his lead. He's got 4 bases now to 1.
And yeah, Neural Parasite isn't going to do much at this point. See,
all bases mining still is worth noting.
Yeah, D knows that the game is basically won. Story's, even though, as you can see, he's trying to expand right now, but...
Alright, so here it comes. This looks like the attack that's going to end it. The engagement that will end this game. He just looks like, oh, there he is.
Fumbles, and yeah, look, that just absolutely going to crush this.
Yeah, and
into the main.
That's going to be a GG. I don't see Story coming back from this. Story's going to lose most of his remaining miners. There it is, GG. And a game goes to well played. So good manners by Story 2, and game goes to D.
Yeah. So very well played by the Zerg player there.
And that concludes this game. Hope you enjoyed watching it.
Yes, thank you.